Daniel Prude. Gonna have to say that name again. Daniel Prude. While we were protesting George Floyd, Elijah McClain, Breonna Taylor, and all of the rest of these unarmed black people, or just black people gunned down by the police or killed at the hands of the police, this case was flying under the radar, at least for me, about Daniel Prude, who was having either a mental health breakdown, some sort of a reaction. I don't know if drugs were in his system. Obviously, something was going on. This was in the month of March, I believe March 23rd. If I got that date wrong, forgive me. He's outside naked. It's snowing outside. And the police come. And what the video shows is he immediately lays down, spread eagle, face down. Puts his hands behind his back. They handcuff him. At that point, no officers' lives are at risk. They said he was spitting. They put a spit guard on him. He kind of freaks out. He tries to get up. He mentions their guns. He mentions, other things that he wants them to give to him. But he's handcuffed with a spit guard. He's of no threat to these officers. When he tried to get up, they pushed him down, held him just like they did with George Floyd. They put a knee in his back, not on his neck, but on his back, which impedes breathing and impedes your heart from pumping correctly. And multiple officers put all of their body weight on him. And he suffocated. Well, I don't want to call it suffocation. He died. He threw up in his own mouth. And he perished before their eyes. Now, if there's snow falling and you're walking around naked with no shoes on, it's pretty freaking cold. If this man is laying face down on the pavement, why on earth did they leave him face down on the pavement in handcuffs for so long? I get it, he's naked. I get it, you don't want to touch him. But you subdued a man that's having a serious crisis. Don't push him down into the ground and squeeze him with your body weight, with the body weight of multiple men until he perishes. Get him up, put him in the cruiser. Even if he defecates or urinates in the cruiser or throws up in the cruiser, God forbid you have to deal with a smell from the back seat. Don't crush him and positionally asphyxiate him until he dies. They keep saying bad apples. Finish the statement. Bad apples spoil the whole bunch. I'm losing faith in you, officers of America. I want you to make me feel confident that you can do your job correctly. But it seems like if we don't hear about it firsthand, we're going to quietly have more and more dead black men, more and more dead black women, more and more dead black children, more and more children in black families held at gunpoint, guns pressed to their heads, guns pointed at their children, mistaken identities, mistaken make and model of vehicles, mistaken descriptions, or you're mistaking what's going on as he's having a mental health or drug reaction crisis, and you need to put all the body weight of as many officers as possible onto him and just hold him on the pavement for as long as you can before an ambulance driver comes up. I believe all police officers need to be fully held responsible for not saving the life of every single person that they come into contact with. If you're going to say there's gunshots, I'm going to run towards the danger, then you need to say if there's a naked man having a crisis, I'm not going to pin him down to the freezing cold pavement until he passes. And I'm definitely going to get him out of possibly hypothermia range temperatures and get him up into a cruiser with the heat on. I know you got that heat on. I know none of y'all turned off your cars. Quit throwing away black lives. And we'll quit having to say that black lives matter. Maybe we made a mistake. Instead of a statement, it should be a question. Blue lives of America. Do Black lives matter to you? America. Do Black lives matter to you? Republicans. Do Black lives matter to you? Good God, this is sickening. I'm going to have to start doing some more upbeat stories. It's getting ridiculous. Every time we think we're moving on to a little moment of respite, there was another one floating around under the radar that we didn't know about because they were still, quote unquote, air quotes, under investigation. And the video just came out. I'm disgusted. If it ain't one thing, it's another. This is what we're afraid of as Black people when we run away when we see the police. When you say when our well-intentioned white allies say, well, if you didn't do anything wrong, why'd you run? Because there's an endless playlist of people that look like me, look like George Floyd, look like Trayvon Martin, look like Breonna Taylor, look like Sandra Bland, look like Laquan McDonald, look like Tamir Rice, look like Walter Scott. Why do I have so many names on the tip of my tongue? I'm just naming people that look like they could be related to me, look like they could be in my family, who've had their lives extinguished at the hands of a few bad apples. I'm getting tired. I'm worn. I'm weary. But I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep on making this content. We're going to keep on updating everybody. If we don't have time to drop an episode, we'll at least do a drop for you, let you get the audio version of it. Thank you for supporting us. Please go to patreon.com/dopeblackthoughts. Please go to our YouTube page, like, share, subscribe, comment below. You'll see the YouTube videos are low on hits. We get more hits on Facebook and on the podcast platforms. Please go to our YouTube. That's the only thing we can monetize besides Patreon. And consider becoming a monthly recurring donor. Black people need help right now. We're in a burning building. Trump's America is a burning building, and Black people are screaming for help. And we're trying to tell you that our lives matter. That should be a red flag for anybody. Dope Black Thoughts out.